It's fine, we're going in. Alright, let's see. We have NOCAP on the green team and Throw on the red team. And let's have a look. Let's get into it. Let's see what the lineups are. So Silverblade is going to be running a Thunder out, which is probably going to be playing very kitey. That is 4 Petropavlovsks. That is 4 Petropavlovsks. What on earth is going on here? That is... Okay, that is not what I expected to see on this map. They're also going to be running a Clever and a Smalland, so, you know, speed, guns, radars. Okay, this... Where are you putting all these Petropavlovsk? The thing about Petropavlovsk is I've been giving it grief. Giving it a lot of grief. Expecting it to be, like, you know, rubbish. But here we are. What? Okay. Okay. This. Please show me where you're putting all these Petropavlovsks. That's totally taking me for a loop. Anyway, Throw, Gearing, Smalland, 2 Stalingrads, Venezia, 2 Des Moines, Kremlin, Ohio. Very pushy battleships. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know how to cast this. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see how it goes. I'm at a loss. Complete loss. Okay, let's see the deployments. So we're sending the Kleber straight into B-cap. The B-cap is very risky, but he should get there with his engine boost, be able to like start capping it and get out of there if anything gets into trouble. I don't think anything can actually catch up with him. The gearing for Throw is going to be heading over to the right. Just get himself up here, get around, get spotting, just see where all these Petropavlovs are going. And it looks like they're sending 2 of them down this way, so they'll probably be anchoring up one over here and eventually trying to get the other one down here, maybe down here, and get the crossfires in. We're going to be seeing Brox and his Smalland going in the A-cap. No, we see the first radar from Ydoom, or Ydoom, or however he likes to call himself, trying to catch the Clever, but nobody's going to have shots on him. The only person who could possibly have shots right now is this Stalingrad, who is taking the shots, but I think it's a bit too late for that. Oh, he does get the reset. That's quite important, because that's going to stop the points taken here, and it's going to allow everybody else to get in a position, and it's going to stop, you know, it's going to stop the initial 3 points. They are going to have to spend another radar from Sky Luna's Des Moines to see if we can get another reset on them. More shots in. See if these get on. They didn't get the reset, so this should be a free cap for NOCAP, which goes against their name completely, but hey, there we go. No more shots coming in, so he's going to get away with that as well, and he's only going to have lost like about 1,000 health for it. Meanwhile, shots out towards Rice and his Smalland in the A-cap. Oh no, they were going all the way for the Petropavlovsk, who was very broadside, but didn't get him. Right, we're going to see a duel between 2 of the gunboats here. Like Smalland on Smalland action. Some big hits coming in from his teammates, but they... Oh, Rice didn't use his radar and is unspotted. Brox did use his radar and fired and will still be spotted due to his bloom, so he's going to be taking more shots back at him and suffering for it. Meanwhile, Petropavlovsk, one of the Petropavlovsks has taken over the C-cap, whereas Throw haven't managed to get themselves into that yet. They are now finally sending one of their Des Moines into the cap to like contest that. But there is a cap advantage currently going for NOCAP. So let's take stock of the situation. We're going to have this Stalingrad pushing up, getting himself anchoring this. There's probably going to end up trading for a while, just, you know, two fish flapping each other. Diego's going to, well, get wrecked, bro, aka Diego's got himself parked up nicely here. They have a lot of radar control over this cap. This Brox Smalland is not going to be able to get much in the way of like cap pressure. This cap's probably going to stay neutral for a very long time, unless something happens. Like straight torpedoes. We do see another radar being popped by Ydoom Stalingrad. They are throwing a Kremlin in the middle of the B. There's a Kremlin in the middle of the B. There's a Kremlin in the middle of the B. It's very interesting deployment. Meanwhile, we have Jobsy's Venezia getting very heavily punished as he's pushing up there. like lost a good chunk of about 10k. See Brox's Smaland taking a battering. We see Killiban's Ohio getting very heavily farmed by a wall of cruisers and the Thunderer. That's a very painful position to be in. Brock's probably sat behind that island because he's being raided currently. You know, he lives there now. Jobsy is taking big chunks in his Venezia over here. Like, 2 Petropavlovsks with very painful bounce angles. See. I'm just trying to have a look to see what's happening all over the place here. We do have the Smaland thing, and I'm going to go in there. Actually, no, I don't want to eat those torps, so I'm going to reverse out. Well, he's going to reverse back into the cap after those torpedoes are gone, see if he gets some cap pressure on it. We do have the Stalingrad, we do have the Smaland. These are all putting on radar pressure to like punish him if he gets in there. We do have the other Stalingrad as well. Torpedoes towards the Petropavlovsk. The Petropavlovsk, unlike the Stalingrad, does have Hydro. However, he's still going to take a torp. More radars, more shots between the Smalands, more brawling, more radars. 2 Smalands are going to be probably losing a lot of health between them. Brox is currently taking the least favourable end of this trade. Shots out onto... Oh! Wow! That's a very dead Brox. Thunder at HE coming from downtown. And that is going to completely screw all of the plans that Throw had on the A cap, which means they need to make a play somewhere else. Currently they're down the middle cap, they are down Charlie, well the Charlie cap is blocked, but they're still down it. So they need to make a play somewhere. We have a meeting of the Kremlins. This is probably going to end up in a ram trade, eventually. But neither of them is going to be the one that charges first. We do have torpedoes heading towards Kath, and that's looking actually quite painful. They are only Smaland torps, but they will do some damage. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't take the 4th, but that is his damage control and cooldown most likely. It is a Kremlin. He does have a limited number of them, but they are really fast to recharge. We do see a radar out from Widow. I don't know what they're planning on doing with it. Like, there's a lot of potential things that he's covering right now. I'm not sure what the focus of it is going to be. Probably the Smaland to get the resets. Demon Slayer in his Stalingrad is still anchoring that position successfully. He is, like, you know, able to get the crossfire in. Even if they've lost their destroyer, they can still hold this cap off for a while. But they need to make some plays happen. They are very, very down. Both Kremlins are currently blocking the B cap, so at least they've stopped that point. Well, actually, no, he's not blocking it. He's just daintily feathering the outside of the cap and letting it tick. He was in for a while, and then he's reversed. Vice Admiral 123 is just lurking in there. He's not being punished, and he's just making sure his team has this cap. Nothing says this is my cap like a very large Kremlin. Do you see another radar popping out? Not sure what for. We do see Smaland has got himself into A cap, and I think we ran out of radars to be able to punish him for that. Killiban is looking very worse for wear back here in his Ohio, taking a lot of damage, can't really put much pressure up. We do see a radar trying to catch the Smaland, but I think he's got it, gone. Crossfire incoming from the Thunderer towards the Kremlin of Kath. Get some HE spam on him, get the fires going, get them burning, just generally being a nuisance to him. Looks like he's having a world of fun. Meanwhile, this Des Moines has pushed himself up and then decided, you know what, I don't want to be up there. And he's got himself reversed again. The Petropavlovsk is being farmed from across the map by Jobs in his Venezia. It's, he's managed to find himself a nice little angle where he wasn't spotted. But now the Petro's pushing back forwards. And he's being farmed. Yeah, but GKD, I mean, not GKD, sorry, I've looked at that guy's name. You made me say it. Screw you. Throw definitely on the back foot. I'm not sure what they can do, but they need to make something happen. They need to find somewhere they can make a play, but they're being held back by the Clever and 2 Petropavlovsks, and these are some very, very, very tanky cruisers. And they've just anchored everywhere successfully. Took out the one thing that was able to make a dent, which was the Smarland over here, and now they've just have a gearing who can't get anywhere near the Kleber and the two Petros because they will absolutely eat them alive. The Kremlin just forcing himself in there stops this guy going in. This guy had to go in there to counter the Kremlin, and he couldn't get any crossfire up towards this guy. It's a very, very strong tactical play from NOCAP. They just held him out of every cap. Did you get a radar onto the NOCAP Smarland? Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Portugal and then Des Moines is pushing very far forward, but doesn't look like Killiman's in a position to punish him. Or more, they don't have vision to punish him. Yeah, Killiman's just taking shots at the Thunderer. It's angled, it's probably not going to do much. Silverblade's just going to be like, alright, I'm going to keep farming you, Kremlin. I'm just waiting for like some miracle play to come out from Throg because they need to make something happen, and they need to make something happen soon. So there might be some mild W being involved. Yeah, we see Demon Slayers with Killiman pushing out over here, and look at the focus fire coming towards him. He's like, alright, we're gonna push. Ow, 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 no we're not. Ow, ow, ow. Falling back. And what does he have to, like, he can't push into this because there's a triple crossfire from Des Moines, Stalingrad, well sorry, not Stalingrad, Petro, and Thunderer. Just, if he comes out of this island, he is going to get punished because he has to give not broadside, but improved AP pen angles to one of these, and he doesn't have his Ohio in a crossfiring position. They wanted to do like a paired push, and they've just got absolutely rinsed on the way up to do it. We do see Yadum just getting himself into the B cap, the C. Wait, yeah, the B cap. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. He's finally blocking the points here, but Vice Admiral's just gonna set himself down and be like, all right, nah, this is my cap, get out. Because Throw need to get themselves in to the last cap before this timer ticks down. They have 7 minutes left on the game. They have 4 minutes before they lose on points currently if the things don't change right now. And that's a very dead Killiman. Just, you saw him turning out, trying to get himself away. Took a couple of chunks in AP in his broadside from all of this, and just didn't have the health left to make the turn out. Tried to make a play into a superior numbers, didn't work out for him. Has delayed a little while so that the rest of the team can rearrange, get some positioning in. Kath is now going to be facing the same fate of just going to be being the battleship getting farmed down. Meanwhile, Captain Portugal is going to be pushing his way into the broadside of this Stalingrad, and that's going to be a very painful experience for Yadum. There goes the other battleship for throw. They are... I think this game might be over. We do see... the Thunderer... No, it was the Thunderer taking down the Kremlin. We do see GKD Loney number 12 pushing out onto this Kremlin, but I think it might be too late for that. Onto the Pavlovsk, sorry. Behind the Kremlin, so a very cheeky play. You can get this kill, run around, but I think it might be too late for this. Especially considering you have this Kleber being like, alright, you're gonna rush my friend, I'll rush you. Shots in from Kremlin, takes out a good chunk of his health, more shots from the Petropavlovsk. They've all turned around to counter this push. And there goes the Clever Torps, and that's a very, very dead Des Moines, and a game 1 victory to NOCAP. So we'll take a look back at the best of 3 and see that game 2 is going to be played on Tears of the Desert. I'll update my overlays. I'm not sure which team's north. We'll figure out when we get there. But if we have a look at Tears of the Desert, at least I hope it's Tears of the Desert, because things went wrong. Tears of the Desert. Generally, you will see. Well, actually, let's just play the map intro for Tears of the Desert, just in case you're not familiar with it.
Off the North African coast, an arid expanse of the Mediterranean Sea plays host to opposing forces as they battle it out for control of the seas. Amongst these sun-blasted islands, where enemy fire isn't the only bad way to die, only one team will triumph. This is Tears of the Desert. Tears of the Desert is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from northwest to southeast. The A cap is in the top left, B is in the center, and C is in the bottom right. Capture Area A has enough island cover nearby for teams to sneak in a radar cruiser and cover the capture zone, though it's common to see ships attempting to flank the cap by sailing into the northwestern corner of the map. In the center, Cap B has superb island cover near the center that allows destroyers to contest the area from behind shelter. Landing shells on ships in this position is challenging until teams are able to push forces into the corners of the map. Cap C is similar to Cap A. There is cover nearby for cruisers who want to defend, but very little cover within the cap itself. The picket line of islands that separate B and C make pushing in force from one cap to the other very challenging. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Tears of the Desert.
I've been talking muted. I was just having a big rant about Petropavlovsk and the positioning that you would take. So we'll do that all again. Yeah. I talked muted. Oh dear. Right, so yeah, general strategies. You see a Des Moines getting pushed around to the A1 corner, maybe a Salem, maybe a Stalingrad. You'll be I can't believe I managed to do that. I've been talking muted for so long. B cap, you can see some sort of destroyers getting an early contest and maybe throwing in something bigger like a Stalingrad or even a Kremlin. I've seen Kremlins ram down the island's chains between A and B. Um, oh god, I'm so flustered. Uh, oh dear. Alright, yeah. So you'll see the Stalingrads getting forced down into the middle of the B cap. I'll tell you what. Let's just take a minute and let's start that over. So, key control points for Tears of the Deserts. A1/2 island. You'll be seeing some Des Moines get pushed up to there, maybe some Petropavlovsks, maybe some Stalingrads, maybe some Venetsias, pushing to the outsides of the map, trying to get control over the nearby cap regions. B cap. Very often see large ships rammed behind that island, just using it for cover. We'll see Stalingrads, Minotaurs, even Kremlins, even Kurfürsts, just rammed straight between the island chain between A and B. The island chain between B and C, often contested by Des Moines, Stalingrads, Salems, just generally holding down that position, trying to wrest control over the C cap. Most of the fighting will happen around the A and C caps, and just B will be left relatively left alone until the fighting ceases on the other flanks, at which point there'll be a kiting flank and a pushing flank, and then just crossfire all over the B cap once both teams have wrested control over their individual A or C cap. And then it's just everybody uses the cover between A and C, and there's just a big fight over B. Apparently my chat thinks I'm streaming from a church. I'm not streaming from a church, I'm streaming from my bedroom. It's just not very soundproofed. Alright, both teams are ready. So let's get ourselves in to game 2 of Throw vs NOCAP. Alright, team lineups. Thunderer and Kremlin from Kilobin and Kath of Throw. So we're expecting the Kremlin to probably get somewhere aggressive and the Thunderer to be mostly kiting. They're taking double Thunderer from the NOCAP side. Very kiting focused. They're just be like, I'm staying way the hell back and I'm going to spam you with HE and overmatch you with AP, and if you want to come get me, but you got to go through my flank first. And they're going to have Stalingrad, another Stalingrad, 2 Petropavlovsks to back that up. Meanwhile, Throw is taking standard Des Moines, a Nevsky, and 2 Stalingrads. Again, come get me type composition. Just you know, anchoring, kiting. Meanwhile, for the destroyers, we see 2 Kleberts, 1 in each team, and then we see 2 Smalllands, and then we see another Summers and another Smallland. So there's probably going to be quite a bit of DD on DD action here. Going to see probably both Kleberts going to be making their way into B, possibly backed up by the Smallland as a pairing as a DD kill squad. Just like, come fight us. Klebert calls out he's spotted. The Smallland follows very closely behind him, pops his radar when the Klebert calls it spotted, and the 2 of them together will just unload on whatever DD is spotted, call out that information for the team, hopefully get some shots in from the rest of the team as well. As we see, both Kleberts are entering B. I don't think they'll be rushing to the island, but we never know. Yeah, they are both diving for the island, so I don't know if they've spotted each other yet. I doubt they've spotted each other yet. See where everything else is deploying. We're going to see Mario and a Stalingrad deploying up to one side of this island, just anchoring. We're going to see the Smallland heading towards the Charlie cap. He's going to be met by the opposing Smallland of Brox from Throw. A cap, we're seeing the Smallland of Diego, get wrecked bro, just going into the A cap, and he is going to be countered by Chimera in his Summers. Kai needs to play this very safely. He is the most outgunned of all the destroyers in this match. Summers is a pure torpedo boat. Everything else is a gunboat. He does not want to get in a fight. He just wants to try and find nice torpedo angles, get himself some, you know, cheeky torpedoes on all of these Stalingrads and the Thunderers who don't have Hydro to be able to detect them. Yeah, Jobsy's just playing on the outside of the cap, just like, come get me. Oh, he is spotted though. See a lot of shots out of him. Big hits from the Thunderer. Cross map shots from the Petropavlovsk and the other Thunderer. Kleber peeking to try and get more shots. Shots back at the opposing Kleber of NOCAP. Jobsy's had to leave the Bravo cap. It's now getting in the process of being capped by Sekit? I don't know, I can't pronounce his name. The Kleber. Torpedoes out from Diego's Smolensk towards Kai. These are obviously blind RPF torps, and we'll see how that goes. They are looking relatively okay. I think you should be able to just go past them though. Let's quickly inspect these, just to make sure. Oh, he takes one. He could have taken both. That was a very painful experience. Sky Luna, just like, alright, I'm gonna radar now. Bit late in that. Doesn't catch Diego in the radar. He's just gonna sit back here, and this Summers is very vulnerable. He can't do very much now. He needs to stay very far back, just drop torpedoes, try to catch something. Because this Smolensk, if he pushes up, he can push up. He knows where the Nevsky and the Des Moines are. He can push. He can be like, alright, we're gonna go forward a bit. You need, like, if Kai doesn't stay very far back, the Summers will just open up and start gunning him down. Meanwhile, if we have a look at the deployments over at the CCAP, we see a Smolensk and a Smolensk just sat there, giving each other broadside, torpedoing each other, just waiting to see which one of them, just waiting for the brawl that is inevitably going to happen between the two of them. Both of them, their tops at the same time, both RPF based. Now these ones are going towards Kath's Kremlin, these ones are heading towards the opposing Thunderer. Actually no, I think these are aimed at the RPF of the destroyer. Do you see Jobsy get himself back into B cap, preemptively torping the edge of this island, expecting the Kleber to come try and peek out to spot him. We see full control over the Alpha cap for NOCAP. Bit of farming going on towards Vice Admiral's Thunderer. You know, just try and whittle him down a bit so they can possibly think about a push later on once he gets low. Cross map shots onto the Kremlin. There looks like it'd be heavy focus fire over onto Kath. Once again, trying to burn him down, trying to burn through the Kremlin's limited charge of his damage control party. Get those single fires taken. Either he eats the single fire or he damacons the single fire. Either way, that's progress towards killing the ship. More speculative torpedoes from Jobsy trying to catch the enemy Kleber as he peeks around. Speculative torps from Diego towards the Des Moines, just generally trying to catch them on his bow. Everybody knows that the Des Moines is going to be parked there. The Des Moines is always parked here. This is where the Des Moines lives. It gets lovely angles over the top of this island here towards the opposing Stalingrad, and well, it would do. We do, however, see that the Petropavlovsk from NOCAP has managed to get himself all the way around to this island here and has got a very formidable position. There's nothing that can be done to dislodge this Petropavlovsk now, because you have to, if you want to dislodge this guy, you have to push past this Stalingrad. So you have a lovely crossfire built up. So full cap control. You have a Smolensk, a Stalingrad, and a Petropavlovsk just holding this cap, saying, please come push into us, this is our cap, we are taking points. Meanwhile though, Throw did manage to grab themselves the Charlie cap using Brox's Smolensk. So Reese is just going to get himself back in there and be like, alright, I need to block this now. We are still taking points at A. It's the onus is on throw. You have to make a play. You are going to have to push into us. We are happy to maintain the status quo. We are happy to farm you as you try to come and get them back. Overall trading though, GKD Loney number 12 is very heavily being punished in his Nevsky. Just the combined firepower of the two Petros, of the Petrol, the Stalingrad, the Thunderer, just big whacks. We do see Jobsy taking shots quite heavily, lost about half of his health so far, and damage on a Kleber is permanent. He doesn't have any sort of heal. Do see a formation from throw pushing forward. Lovely line of the ships all pushing together at once. Well, except for the backwards. Except for the backwards Stalingrad if you do. Well, wait, both Stalingrads are backwards. You know what I mean. Once again, Jobsy trying to get the predictive torpedoes out onto the enemy Kleber. It's not going well. The torpedoes from Ireland head towards Skyluna's Des Moines. Skyluna's just like, I'm going to reverse around this corner. And only take one of them. I mean, they are small on tops. They're not the strongest torpedoes in the world. They're just mildly tickly. We do see an advancement in position from the Petropavlovsk. He's pushed very far out and is being focused down for her. We have the Nevsky and the Des Moines both farming him with the HE damage currently. I'm assuming Kilibin's going to try and get shots in across as well. Just try and like focus down this Petropavlovsk as much as possible. Even the small ones right now though, they are trying to get a kill on a Skyluna. They're just like, if we get rid of this Des Moines right now, we can force you back and we can get the crossfires further forward. If they get this Des Moines down, that's that anchor point killed. This can rotate up to here. This can push over to here, and they just have full control, and they can start collapsing towards the Charlie Cap and get the broadsides of these guys, just to further focus them out. The Charlie Cap is being taken back by Reese at the minute. Brox is just reversing himself back into the cap to prevent that. They need all the points they can get right now, and they are just bleeding points from the A cap. Do see radars, a couple of radars. Kath is currently being farmed down, even by the Kleber right now. And we can see the Petropavlovsk anchored himself behind this island, so you can see they are slowly collapsing and surrounding around the enemy. So you have broadsides, you can farm whoever you need to, and just generally whittle down the opposing force, force them to have to make a mistake pushing into you by giving them the reduced angles. Like, the closer you get into them, the more you are punished by the improved pen angles, citadels, and weird farming. Silverblade taking a good chunk. Thunderer not known for its armor scheme or its heal, but they do have the positioning. They are pressuring forward. They are forcing throw further and further back. Skyluna did go down over there, which means they can advance up and get this crossfire going, just further enclose them. And again, I don't see how Throw get back into this. NOCAP have given themselves a very, very strong position. They don't even need to push this out. They can just say, come into us. Oh, we see Jobsy's Kleber finally go down in exchange for the majority of health from the opposing Kleber, but it's not enough. Like, Throw are now down 2 ships. They're down 2 caps. They're losing a 3rd cap, and they are definitely down positionally. They have just been tactically forced out from every angle. They took a kiting flank and they kited too much. They didn't do enough damage to the ships pushing into them on the way. And it's just been a massacre. Diego is just now going to bully Kilibin. It's just like, oh look, you have nothing that can radar me now. Apart from Nevsky. But I'm just going to torpedo your battleship for free. Killivan is going to try and make a panic turn and stop to try and dodge all these torpedoes, but it's actually looking like he's definitely going to get hit by a couple. He is having to give broadside to the Petropavlovsk while he dodges the torpedoes, or attempts to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedo hits, and the broadside. Very painful. This is a very clinical play by NOCAP, and they have done an excellent job. There's no way for Thru to get back into this game now. There's 1 minute remaining on the clock, and just generally, this is a very painful looking experience for everybody involved. Do see the smile of Brox go down, and that is the final nail in the coffin for Thru. There is absolutely nothing they can do in this game, and they're going to lose the first best of 3 to NOCAP. Oh, there goes Killivan. Don't worry, Killivan, I caught you dying on stream. It's fine. It's, you know, just gonna zoom in on you. Just to use a lovely little ending screen. So, set winner. NOCAP will win the first best of 3 2-0.